Morning, welcome to day. Oh, I've got it wrong. So let's see if I can do this while on the fly. Edit text, day 18. There you go, day 18. It's day 18 of the 30-day challenge I've took up to go live every day in November. So far, still going. And in the terminology of the halftime huddle, I'm in the second half. So hopefully this will be the better half. And one thing I wanted to just introduce myself if you've come across this by accident. Lucky, welcome. My name's Mark Webb. If you haven't heard of me before or seen me before or come across what I do, I work I founded an organization called A Game Mastermind, whose focus is to support small business owners by creating groups of their peers so they can work together. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that today. Talk a bit, and probably talk about it a bit tomorrow, go into a bit more detail tomorrow. So if you want to hear a little bit more, then do listen out for tomorrow, but same sort of time, 9:30 ish, give or take. There'll be a notice in the in wherever you are, so you can subscribe to it or alert to it, so it will come up when it comes up. But basically, today I'm going to talk a little bit about what it means to be a member of a mastermind team. Just and some of the, and we want to talk about some of the reasons why people might want to do that. When we started to create these mastermind groups, one of the things that my wife, who's the muse for what I'm doing, so and again, find out a little bit more about why I do what I do at some stage. I may come across and talk about that, but basically, she was looking for what she called her business family. She had a group of people who she could work with when she was working as in the NHS. She was a nurse, and there was loads of other nurses she could go and support to, and she didn't have that when she was on her own. She was looking for that kind of support network. Um, as you know, there are many different ups and downs and different types of individuals and family, functional and dysfunctional. And a great link I will probably put. I'll see if I can put it in the chat. Still hunt it down in the chat of some of the challenges you might find with families, and obviously these kind of archetypes or dysfunctional archetypes also occur in teams. But while we're talking about the dysfunction of teams, one of the highlights or important books in helping teams work better is the 5 Dysfunctions of Team. Lencioni's book on the 5 different areas that are important to bolster, and when there's a lack, have a challenge when they're working with a team. These are mostly working with teams who have a very clear sort of goal. And while Mastermind has a bit more of a looser goal in terms of that it's trying to grow the businesses or whatever focus is of individuals who may have their own individual agendas, then it's 5 dysfunctions are also prevalent in that kind of team. Just to quickly highlight them are the absence of trust. Without trust, you are not able to be vulnerable enough to share some of the real challenges you're facing. And when you're not sharing the challenges you're facing, you're not getting the feedback that you need to move forward through those. There's also a fear of conflict. One of the challenges that when you have a mastermind group is to ensure that you get some really good feedbacks, and being frightened of pushing someone or pushing someone from one stage. I mean, obviously it's not all about conflict, but if you're scared of that, you don't offer of yourself, and you don't give out the best feedback. Lack of commitment is another thing. Is commitment to the goals of the team or the goals of the mastermind. That can cause people not to turn up. Can cause people not to be fully functional and fully aware in the meetings to ensure that they're giving what they can give to the challenges that they face in the mastermind group. There's then what they call avoidance of accountability. One of the things that you get from being in a mastermind group is, or a team, or of some level of timeline in it, when it is to get some kind of level of accountability. You can check on how people are getting on, and you can have them to come back and account on how they got on and the things that are doing, so you can get some better feedback of the motion and the progress of the group. And that gives you the final, when we talk about progress of the group, is the final thing is in the attention to details. If you're not looking at the results of what you're trying to achieve, then again, you're not going to get the full benefits of working in a mastermind team. There are other things I want to talk about. I won't go into too much detail today, but maybe tomorrow I will spare a little bit of time talking about the different types of archetypes. There are a number of different archetypes. I find that gaming archetypes are quite good, because often people go onto a game because they've got their own benefits. They want to do well in the game. They want to achieve some goals, independent goals, but they will cluster together to go on quests together. So what is it that makes a good questing team in a game? And that's one thing I might spend a bit of time talking about tomorrow, and other kinds of things about what it makes to be a good member of the team. Just as a little bit of a headline, if you want to know a little bit more information about how we create our mastermind teams in a game masterminds, then drop me a line. I'd love to have a chat. We do very much spend a lot of time working on making sure that the team is working well together. We spend a lot of time making sure that the individuals in the team, the business members in the team, have got the right attitudes and are amongst their relevant peers that can help them all grow together. So if you want to know a little bit more, then do let me know. I'd love to have a chat. In the meantime, day 18 done. Thank you very much for. If anybody stumbles across this, say hi. I'm still going to be doing this. I'm going to be here tomorrow, same sort of time, and we'll talk a little bit more about teams and what it's like to be part of a mastermind group. So speak to you again tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day, and be on day 19 of the 30-day challenge. So see you tomorrow.